What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Ulysses. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Nullus. I'm excited here. This is going to be a cracker of a series. So there are currently 4 players who have won an S-tier tournament in the past 3 or 4 years. 4 different players. You've got Chemo. You've got Scardy. You've got Ulysses, and you've got Nullus. These are the only 4 players who have won an S-tier tournament, and we get to see them duking it out today in this best of 3 for the Champions League group stages. This is a very, very rare moment. These guys, I'm not sure how many games these guys actually get to play against each other because of time zone differences. So they've made the effort to get these games happening, and it's going to be a very exciting time to be alive for sure. We'll see what strategies these guys are going to play. Zeus versus Hades. This is not a matchup that I particularly like from the Zeus side of things. There are a couple of tricks you can do with Zeus to get advantages here. But the tried and true centaur strategy of old, which was Zeus's bread and butter in this matchup, tends to fail against most Greek players nowadays. But Nullus here, he's got a bit of a problem. What is that problem, you ask? Well, take a look at these town centers. He does have a good town center over here with a decent gold mine nice and close to it, but the hunt is so far away from this town center that it's going to be really, really tough for Nullus to defend this one against centaurs. And this is the nature of this map, Painted Desert, and this is potentially why Ulysses has said, you know what? I'm confident I can find myself a Painted Desert map where a fast second town center strategy might not be the best idea for Nullus. Now, there is another strategy here for Zeus players to use if they so choose, which is a fast advance into Athena Hippocon. And the idea of a fast advance into Athena Hippocon is that you're predicting that the Hades player is going to be going for a fast second town center in this matchup. If Hades does not go for a fast second town center and finds themselves playing against Hermes, playing against Centaur, they're going to have a very difficult time. But if they do go for a second town center and you go Athena, you can actually find yourself able to prevent the town center from going up. You can bolt the Chiron. You can utilize the Minotaur, Ajax, Odysseus to kill off the opponent's Minotaur while there's another Ajax for opponents. So you have Jason, Odysseus, Minotaur versus Ajax, Minotaur. So you can kill off their Minotaur fairly easily. And then the Hippocon come in about 10 to 20 seconds later to prevent the town center from coming up. And then the Hades player has to retreat back. So long as you advance fast enough, you can make that happen. But in this game here, it looks like Ulysses, it looks like Nullus. They're playing this one in the old meta, which is 3:30 advance times. Make it work that way. We see that Nullus is opting to get himself the Ajax out really fast. Relics on the map are the head of Orpheus and the anvil of Hephaestus. This is a big relic here for Ulysses as well. We'll see how things are going to go, but we are seeing the hand axe coming through. We've got 7 villages on wood, 2 villages on favor. Sorry, I tell a lie. There are 9 villages on wood, 2 villages on favor. This is something I see from a lot of Greek players, and I don't understand it. Why do you want to spend an extra 50 wood to set up a second wood line when you don't need to do it? I understand it against Odin and Thor because of the forest fire. You play around the forest fire. We do see the Ajax coming in onto this position. The village is going to be shanking away on this position here. As shouldn't be too much of a problem here for Ulysses to defend this one. He's done it nicely. This is something very smart here to just continue to eat these zebra here like he is. in a bunch rather than be on different zebra. And the Ajax comes in, gets one poke, retreats away. We do see a Hades Shade is already out for Nullus, though. That is so lucky. 1 in 5 games losing a Katoskopos means a Hades Shade, and Nullus is going to be pushing through here. Ulysses might have to retreat away, but he does have his Jason out at this point. He's also going to be having himself a centaur to come through as well, as this villager here getting pushed back. We'll have to retreat back to the home base. Sylvan Law is on the way. We do see the centaur coming in onto this position as the Chiron coming over here to get a little bit of damage done. I imagine that Ulysses will utilize the bolt on this immediately there. He only takes one shot as one villager going to be going down. The Minotaur coming over here to help defend this one as well, as we do see the Odysseus is on the way into this position as the Sylvan Law is in. The centaur is now starting to get a little bit of damage. He's going to have to start retreating away as he gets the special ability off this villager, going to be getting sent back home as the Odysseus comes through, continuing to get more damage done onto this location here. As over on this position, we will be seeing the Jason and the Katoskopos of Ulysses will be able to take out the Ajax here, but the Jason of Ulysses will be going down to Nullus's Shade there, as the centaur still getting more damage done, does manage to snipe another villager. More villagers getting pulled off of the line here as we see another centaur coming in onto this position. Imagine if Ulysses has managed to squeeze out another melee unit to attack this, or even brought villagers forward to shank this town center down. Could have been another option as another villager going down. Ulysses manages to get himself a 4 villager lead here in this game as another Chiron comes through for Nullus to help defend this, and Ulysses will have to retreat back. We see him sniping another villager on this location as the Odysseus turns around, tries to take down the Minotaur on that position there. A 5 villager lead here for Ulysses. After all is said and done, the Minotaur does get taken down. The Centaur are now in their 3-form pronged attack, which can move in, snipe a villager, and retreat away. We do see another villager getting sniped there. The Odysseus going to be going down. Another villager going down here as well. It doesn't quite get it as it manages to get into the town center there. But now Ulysses about to have the resources to drop his own town center. He's managed, in my opinion there, that many villager kills. That will have paid off the Sylvan Law and those centaurs very, very nicely. He will be able to grab that second town center very shortly here and continue as the centaur coming in. I honestly feel like at this point that given the damage that Ulysses was able to do there, had he just thrown stables down instead of saving up for a town center, he would be in such an incredible position here to get a gold star against Nullus. Since just making Hippocon at this point to be able to put pressure onto the Chiron, I don't know what Nullus would be able to do here, as Nullus is going to be catching up on the villager count here. Every 14 seconds that goes by that Nullus is able to produce villagers, he's actually got 0% on both of those town centers as well. Ulysses is in such a huge an advantage at this point. It's now the Odysseus pushing forward, the Jason coming back in. Both players have rebuilt their heroes in this game, as it looks like and Ulysses is perfectly comfortable producing his units. He's getting his town center up over here as well, as the Chiron Ajax going to be chasing the Centaur away for the time being, as the Chiron is over here. We'll get a shot off, but not able to connect on that one, as the villagers moving into the center of the map to grab elephants. Ulysses still building Centaur here, which honestly I think is a bit of a mistake. In this matchup, once you find the advantage with these Centaur, I think you should just stay at 3 or 4 Centaur, as we do see another villager getting sniped there, but taking a little bit good micro by Ulysses. He dodges the Chiron arrow there. But what you could do instead is take the villagers off of favor, which we have actually seen here from Ulysses, chuck them over onto gold and make yourself double stable. There's no point in making an archery range here. Double stable here into Hippocon, control the center of the map, grab all of the hunt here in an effort to kind of control the map and get to the next age, get to the mythic age really fast here. You don't have to put any resources into farms. We do see Nullus here throwing the farms up all over the places. We do see the Centaur now hitting the villagers in the main base, but Chiron is in hot pursuit of these Centaur. As Ulysses, he takes one shot. He only takes one shot as the Centaur get back up to full speed. Chiron does have a 6 track rating, but Centaur move at a 6.5 at 6.5 speed, so they're able to dodge the arrows if they're at full speed. But Ulysses not paying attention over here. Takes another shot there for free. Nice play, as we do see now Nullus checking out, Ulysses checking out Nullus's front base here, making sure none of these Zebra are getting taken out here. One thing that Ulysses could do to make things a little bit more tricky for Nullus is just snipe these Zebra here and push them away from this granary. That's an idea, as we are now starting to see some human units pushing forward for Ulysses. He's got himself his second town center. Why are you building farms? I don't understand this. There's so much hunt on this map. There's hunt over here. There's hunt over here. There's just so much hunt here for Ulysses to grab. But grabbing farms just means that the advantage that he's secured here, which is a small advantage, mind you, he's only up 3 villages. Only up 3 villages. I say only up 3 villages. He has picked up a couple of villages here, so it's like, okay, 3.5 villages. It's only up 3.5 villages here, which is not enough to convert a victory by any stretch. But the fact that he's got map control means he's able to grab the middle hunt. He's able to grab this hunt. He's able to safely eat his hunt over here. He could also push these Zebra back and have them die closer to this position to potentially eat it here. But instead, he throws up farms here, and he's eating his herdables as well. Zeus players. I just don't understand. I just do not understand. It is what it is, though. At least he is still eating the hunt in the middle of the map with something. As the unit's now moving forward, Chiron, he's going to have to deal with some Hippocon here, so he's pulling back. The villagers on the gold mine for the time being here. Centaur moving with Hippocon can get hit by the Chiron here if Nullus realizes that and starts targeting the Centaur. One Centaur goes down. Another Centaur might be falling there. Doesn't actually manage to get taken down. As the Centaur retreat back, the Hippocon going to be able to come in and start targeting down the Chiron on this position as the Centaur pulling around onto this location going to potentially still kill another villager here, as well as the Hippocon now onto the Chiron. Nullus is in a difficult position as another villager does get taken down. We do see the Hippocon coming out onto this position. I'm pretty sure Ulysses can turn around and fight this with the heroes there, but opting to not do so as a third town center now coming up for Ulysses as the Hippocon trying to take down even more villagers here. Sacrificing Hippocon for villagers, not a great idea as he doesn't actually get them as all the villagers stay alive. The Chiron is now in position here to take out those Centaur as the villagers finish up on that elephant, moving back over onto this one here, as well as it looks like Ulysses is making an effort now to get to the next age. About to have that third town center. He's got a 10 villager lead, which does start becoming an insurmountable lead in this matchup. But still, Ulysses does need to actually find a win here against Nullus. Nullus is Hades in the late game. If he can make it there, even if he makes it there second, will still be able to win this matchup. So it all comes down to Ulysses getting a tangible advantage here with his close to, well, basically 10 villager lead. For those of you playing at home, a 10 villager lead, effectively, if all of the villagers are gathering, does mean that that Ulysses has got a 600 resource of income over advantage in income over Nullus, which is a huge, huge advantage when you think about it from that perspective. But 600 resources over a minute, not that much. Over 2 minutes, not that much. So it is a lot, but you can always come back from those positions. So we'll see what Ulysses is going to be able to make happen here. He's getting villagers out of both of his towns, and there's more farms coming down, even though he at least is eating over here, so he's slowly putting the farms down. There's the armory coming up here for Ulysses as well. As the Toxotes pulling back for the time being, getting caught out a little bit here as the Hippocon Centaur continuously trying to hit the gold mine of Nullus, but Nullus here is finding a nice advantage here with this push. He's taking out a lot of those Toxotes. Ulysses here is getting a couple of these Hippocon out, pulling back. He doesn't have watchtowers out. He's making some more Toxotes here. His Centaur not in position. We do see the villagers on the elephants here. I mean, if Nullus was attacking that, he could definitely find an advantage here, as we do see the gold mine has finished up on this position here. As Ulysses pulls all the way back home, Nullus finds such a big advantage here as the Centaur searching around, just getting prevented by one Chiron there. This is a really smart play here from Nullus, but watchtowers coming through. Hippocon now out for Ulysses. He's able to start thinking about pushing back. Apollo now the god of choice here for Ulysses. He does have ceasefire here. I don't mind a ceasefire at this point here to just defend the villagers on this hunt here. As now Nullus spots it, and Ulysses is just going to be retreating away. So he wants to hold that ceasefire for just a little bit longer as the army of Ulysses coming through here, getting defended by villagers yet again. And it looks like to me, Nullus has found a comeback to some degree. He's still definitely behind at this point. As the army going to be fighting here, there is access to restoration here as well as the Hippocon trying to retreat back here. But Nullus is just getting so much DPS onto Ulysses' army here at this point. As the units now coming back over here looking to raid Nullus' main base. Ulysses at full villages here, so it's not like Nullus has actually found any crazy advantage back into the game, but he has pushed Ulysses back into his base. The watchtower here getting some good damage done as the Hippocon pushing forward. There's the heroic age for Ulysses through. That's going to be a manticore. That's going to be a big amount of defense over here. Ulysses is going to be able to throw the market down fairly quickly here as well. You'd have to imagine start a trade route, go Mythic Age, Hephaestus early here, potentially make a Pegasus and move around to the back corner of this map here to grab that town center is another option here for Ulysses to take. Nullus is on the other side of the map here. 900 food in the bank, 300 gold in the bank. He's got this gold mine on the front, which is very, very well defended to boot here. And he's going to be able to go heroic age very soon as well. But he is still only on two town centers. He's getting himself the third town center now, but Ulysses can put pressure onto this immediately here with an underworld. As we do see a raid now onto these villages on the back. The village is going to turn around and start shanking. This is a big advantage here for Nullus to get this attack onto this location as the Hippocon are through here. Can they actually hit the underworld onto this position or not? As Ulysses is going to be thinking about that. More villagers coming over here to try and shank down these Hippocon. The Hippocon getting so many villager kills now. Nullus has found an advantage here in this game villager-wise by a significant margin. As the town center is going to get up, Ulysses doesn't hit the trigger on the underworld, and Nullus now, I don't know how to say it, but in the next couple of minutes here, Nullus is going to be able to be in a completely equal position in terms of total resources because Ulysses has just thrown away so many villages because he hasn't put any walls up. He hasn't put any effort into defending his gold mine, and Nullus manages to find a game-winning raid there in a big way. Maybe not game-winning, but at least game-tying raid. He's managed to find his way back into this game, and Ulysses here, he's got the advantage in terms of tech. He's not in the Mythic Age just yet. He's got 70 population. Tech is now equal in terms of the Heroic Age. Curse gets dropped down onto this location. Nullus is on 3 town centers. Is that 80 villages basically here? The army of Ulysses continuously getting caught out of position here. As Curse gets dropped, Ulysses gets pushed back. Raid's looking up to the top point of the map here for Ulysses. There's no reason for Nullus to be over there at this point, but he's checking it out with a significant amount of population over here as well to boot. And Ulysses is just completely out of sorts here. He has managed to hit Hephaestus first. That is a big advantage. Hephaestus first means you're going to be able to get the Plenty Vault first, which means every second that Plenty Vault is down is roughly equal to about 10 resources. So it's really important to get that one down first. The longer you have, the more advantage you have in the Mythic Age, the better you are. As now the Hades units moving up to the top side of the map. We do see the Hippocon now searching over onto this location here. The villagers on the temple here. Now, Ulysses, even after having that hit, even after being hit on this gold mine once, still has not thought about walling this up. He's got a very safe gold mine back here as well, so there's no real reason for him to be over there. As Ulysses here, he's got ceasefire. Remember, he still has ceasefire. Clicking ceasefire is never a bad option here. Very, very easy to make that work. Is Nullus now able to advance to his own Mythic Age here. Market coming up in the corner of the map as Ulysses Hippocon are barely out of line of sight there to stop that market. Now we see the villagers here retreating back into the town center here. And the donkey caravans retreating back here. Villagers popping out of the town center for the time being here as well. Nemean Lion getting huge amounts of damage done over here. Nullus is all over Ulysses, and he has managed to get the lead back in the score here after all is said and done. Nullus's defensive maneuvers in this game have been so obscenely good. Double armory coming up here for Ulysses. He does get the Plenty Vault first. He's going to be able to get himself... He does have the resource for it. He will be able to get himself Forge of Olympus first, so he will find an advantage where that's concerned here. But Ulysses, he's just behind in village account. He's behind in village account. He's only, I mean, technically he's in front because he's got the Plenty Vault here, so his income's actually winning. We do see the Hippocon coming in. It's heavy Hippocon versus heavy Hippocon at this point. No real advantage for either player. There's a Colossus here, though, for Ulysses, as Nullus is going to decide to retreat away as the army gets a little bit of a raid in onto this position here, taking some villagers out yet again. Nullus knows the longer this game goes, the better chance he has to win, as the market does get taken down over here by these 3 Hippocon of Ulysses, as Ulysses will find a slight advantage in having a trade route first here as well. The army now coming through, going to be able to snipe down that Nemean Lion fairly fast there, but doesn't matter here. Ulysses will win this fight. He's now only just clicked Forge of Olympus, which means Nullus is a delayed Mythic Age. Really not going to be that far behind Ulysses here. Nullus hitting the... We'll see how much % behind Nullus will be, because if he hits the Mythic Age and gets it straight away, it's only going to be like 42%. We'll see how long it takes for Nullus to click that upgrade. 30 seconds behind, turning into 36 seconds behind. Still hasn't clicked it. He's got the resources for it. The most important upgrade is Forge of Olympus. No, that didn't quite work. My song didn't work at all. Oh well. Forge of Olympus now clicked up. So a total of 85% behind, which is maybe enough for Ulysses to find somewhat of an advantage here. That's going to be 1 tier of upgrades for about, I would say, 30 seconds. 30 seconds in total here. But Ulysses' economy is completely shot. He's spending all of his resources. Nullus has got so many resources in the bank to spend, and we see the Hippocon yet again coming onto this gold mine that Ulysses refuses to put any effort into defending. One wall over, like one long wall from this forest, from over here to over here, would mean that these Hippocon cannot do what they're doing right now. As Ulysses gets hit yet again, he drops a couple of villages there. Sunray coming in, flood control, copper weapons coming through as well for Ulysses. Sunray will allow the Toxotes of Ulysses to get an equal amount of damage to Nullus's Toxotes there. As he does push forward, pushes off this gold mine over here. The gold mine of Nullus is expired, and Ulysses knows this, as he's got champion Hippocon, he's got heavy Toxotes. This might be a game-winning play here for Ulysses in this moment against Nullus. Nullus has now found that Ulysses has got himself the fortress up on this position. Ulysses should be making himself some Heliopolis at this point as the Toxotes push forward, pushing these villages off of this location. The wall is already up over here as the units here, the champion Hippocon, they have the copper advantage here. So they've got a small advantage in terms of armor. Bronze is also coming in, but Nullus will be able to catch up on the copper here as well, as the Toxotes will be able to sneak around the outside of the map. Toxotes taking out villages on this position here, as Ulysses pushing across the map here, beautifully attacking everything here on the map as best as he possibly can. Villagers able to repair this one back up as more units coming through here. The Colossus of Nullus will be falling here, as the champion Hippocon going to be able to take out those Toxotes very, very fast here. There is no underworld for Nullus as well, so he can't even come back and defend this one. We do see Nullus pushing into the middle of the map here. He might want to put down his own fortress here as well. The market was taken down. No trade route for Nullus. Nullus has found himself in a very difficult position, but Nullus has got this vastly more important Heliopoli out already. He's got 2 Heliopoli here. He's going to be able to tear down this Zeus fortress incredibly fast. The gold has been cut by Nullus, but Nullus is now in the middle of the map here. We see villagers coming through here to try and repair this one back up. Bronze mail, bronze weapons coming in. The army coming through here for Ulysses, as well as all the villagers in this moment here for Ulysses and Nullus. This is a very tense moment. These Hades Shades are so vitally important here for Nullus, helping out taking down that stable here as well. We will see that Nullus, he needs to win this fight or he actually will be losing this game. Ulysses going up to iron weapons, iron shields, tax collectors also coming up in as well. Bronze weapons about to pop here for Nullus to help out in this game. The village is getting pulled off of the gold mine here as the Heliopolis will get taken down. We do see a fortress coming down here to take out the trade route of Nullus here, as well as more Heliopoli flowing through into this moment here. We see Ulysses sitting at 150 of 160 population. He's trying to defend here with his Colossus. Colossus are a decent option against the Heliopoli. Bellerophon are also a fantastic unit to utilize against the Heliopoli to boot, because he can jump in, he can get so much damage done. We do see the Colossus now starting to get the damage done onto these Heliopoli of Nullus. Nullus now needs to get his own heroes out to deal with that, but the Bellerophon here helping out heaps. We see the Chiron coming in. Ulysses now has got the resource advantage here, but he's not spending his resources here. He's at 120 population here. Where are the buildings here for Ulysses? He's trying to pump the units out. He's building them out of everything here, but it's just not enough. As the Bellerophon tries to run around, tries to defend here, we could see Ulysses building himself some Heliopoli out of this fortress into this underworld passage and make its way over here as well. We see some archery ranger stables coming through here as Ulysses needs to retreat back, and Nullus has somehow managed to keep himself alive here in this game, as the Colossus is going to be eating this gold mine up as well. Villagers getting cleaned up here. Nullus has got 9 donkey caravans. He needs to restart the trade route somewhere else here. He does have it going over to this location now. Ulysses, on the other hand, has got 18 donkey caravans. So even if he doesn't have this gold mine, actually, I told a liar here that Ulysses, even if he doesn't have this gold mine, he's still able to continue in this game completely fine. And now Ulysses, full iron compared to Nullus. He's at nearly full bronze. He cannot afford those iron upgrades for the time being, but doesn't really matter. He's got the Heliopoli here to help out on these fights, as the Colossus is going to be able to take those down here. We're seeing those Hippocon trying to take down villagers on this position as well. As can Ulysses get himself up to population and hold here is the big question. And it seems like the answer here thus far is yes, as Nullus is barely holding on here. Iron Shield's now starting to come through for Nullus. He's got full population here. At this point, he needs to get back over onto this position to deal with this, as we do see a very low HP Heliopolis is trying to take out Ulysses' underworld passage, but he's not able to make that happen there as the villagers pop through there, take down the Heliopolis. The underworld stays alive here for a little bit longer. So we see another fortress coming up here to try and secure this center gold mine. The Bellerophon coming back in to deal more damage to these units here as well, as the Hippocon still pushing forward to try and take Nullus off of this gold mine. Nullus needs this gold mine so much here. Spirited Charge here coming through. Shaftblind, Carpenters, all of the upgrades through for Ulysses in this game, as the Colossus coming in to try and take out the Heliopoli in this position. It's vitally important. This is a really, really nice counter to the fast Heliopolis spam of another Greek player. If you ever find yourself struggling with this and you don't really want to go into the Heliopoli because you can't control them as well or something, just build yourself Colossus. It's a really, really nice counter. Though, that being said, Perseus by Nullus, if he had any gold here, he would be able to deal with this as well, as we do see another fortress coming up on this position to try and get nice and close to the market, cause some problems in the main base of Nullus, as Ulysses is saying, well, I mean, I can't kill you on the front, but I can kill you in the main base here, as Bellerophon retreating up to this top location here. He can chase those villagers away, one-shotting them with the jump special, as this Hippocon with champion with full iron, he's so much HP, he's able to take these villagers down so fast here, as we do see the Bellerophon jumps in, snipes down 2 villagers immediately there. Nullus has got next to no gold income, 16 donkey caravans currently bringing him in 10 gold, 24 gold a trip here. I mean, I feel like maybe utilizing this position over here to trade into the hometown center would be a decent idea, but a little bit of forethought there as the Colossus back onto the gold mine. Nullus is still pushing in with all of his population here. He's still sitting at only full bronze here. He's got iron shields, but he doesn't have the upgrades that he needs, as the fortress on the front here does get sniped down. Meanwhile, villagers over here still getting chased away by the champion Hippocon. They're all going to go down. Bellerophon going to be moving back into this main fight here to try and help out, as the fortress goes down. He's going to be retreating that one back up for the time being here, as as Ulysses is putting his foot on the accelerator and never letting off. He can now get himself champion archers if he so chooses, but he's instead opting to get himself Heliopoli started out on these positions instead. And in that moment, Nullus does decide to tap out here. Nullus almost brought this game back, ladies and gentlemen. What happened here, though, was Ulysses' Underworld, he was sending the Hippocon up onto this position. He was thinking way further ahead than I was. He was like, I'm going to send some Hippocon forward here to hit the next gold mine of Nullus. Once that safe gold mine is gone, I'm going to hit this gold mine with an undermine. I'm going to control the center of the map. And he manages to utilize the advantage that he got in the early game well enough by getting himself the upgrade advantage here and pressuring these gold mines beautifully. But here's the thing. I mean, Nullus brought this game back, and I definitely feel like had Nullus managed to put up like a fortress down here, when he, instead of moving over onto this gold mine, staying close to his army, or just putting up a fortress here in the middle of the map, grabbing this gold mine, if he'd managed to do that, instead of allowing this underworld to come into play, I'm not sure that Ulysses would have been able to find a win here, because Nullus was playing so well getting back into this game, and as soon as he got back into it, he just couldn't get the grounding that he needed here. Really well played by Ulysses. Well played as well by Nullus, almost able to bring it back, but in this one, Ulysses comes out the victor, 1-0 here in this best of 3 series. We've got another potential 2 games here because there's a best of 3. If you guys are enjoying this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.